We are many. Those that live beyond the veil of darkness, where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds, and men's thrives on the suffering of the damned. Rot in the solace in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals, in hope of harvest from our innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed, for in shadow hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own hidden demons, and brings to life your deepest fear. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality in the search for life after life? Have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have. Maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers that are hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye and listen to their stories. We are they. We are Incarnate Paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Hope you guys had a great day. Yeah, I did. It was a pretty slow day at work, and this cat's about to get massacred. He will not stop ever since I got home. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to have to kick him out of the freaking studio here in a minute if he keeps it up. Anyways, we left off last night, 30 minutes into section 2 of MDS Recorder. There's 3 sections of this before we get into MDS Overnight and Execution. So we got a little ways to go. 2 hours, 4 minutes. We're 30 minutes in. Hour and a half. Let's see if we can get this. See if we get this section knocked out. And if I turn off the cameras for a minute because I had to go lecture the cat. So, yeah, let's get to it. All right, I'm back. Looking at me like, what'd I do wrong? You're tearing shit apart because you missed me because I was gone at work all day. So yeah, I have to go into work Sunday. Going to be a lot of fun on that one. Got to do a loadout for a show. Really enthused on that one. You can hear the excitement in my voice. See if we can move this. If I do that, it's gonna. All right. So we only had one EVP on section 1. Section 2, haven't got shit yet, but we're only 30 in. Anything can change. But honestly, last night was probably one of the funnest nights I've had in a while on the show. Had a new follower come in and just ask a bunch of questions. I love when that happens. And TM, what's up, bud? See you snuck in. And since, let's go ahead and get to it. Got to get my Moscow Mule ready. Just hope we don't drop connection like we did last night. Freaking Twitch doesn't have their shit together. Like I said, I know it's this whole week's holiday, so a lot of people home, a lot of people streaming, and they probably throttled down everybody else for the big streamers to make sure their connection stays stable. Either way, we got through it. We got a couple hours in, which is what we're going to try for tonight. Since Brett doesn't have to work tomorrow, no bedtime for this guy. But no show tomorrow, being Thanksgiving. I am going to spend part of the day getting videos ready. Might even do that tonight after the show. Put on a couple horror movies in the background, sit and just work on the show. Need to start thinking when I want to do the investigation next year at the prison for part 5. Oh, Jesus. It's a lot of investigations. All I know is this better start picking up. We had 14 on the first recorder. Yeah. But again, this is an area that I haven't put a recorder before. And on night 3, I did the same thing. Night 3, I did no recorders up on the upper yard. Night 3 was all in the cell house. In B block, one on each side. C block, one on each side. And D block, one on each side. I literally had almost every possible angle covered for the main cell house on night 3. Pretty well flatlined, ain't we? But part of it, part of what we do. I know it's going to pick up later. Right now it's kind of like, You get that twitch, it's like, I feel like I got a nervous twitch. Like freaking stroke, stroke, stroke. It's like, I know I shouldn't joke about that, but what can you do? Also seeing like through Facebook, new like potential sponsorship is popping up through like energy powders and shit. It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna even hit them up. It's they want content creators and gamers. What are you gonna say? This guy's a paranormal investigator. You know, official energy drink of the Ghost Hunter. But they want you to pay for the product to put it on the show. It's like, I'm not paying you shit. You want to sponsor me? You send me the product for free. Jack, you want to say hi to the people? Nope. Jack is mad at me. I shut my bedroom door before I left today so he couldn't get in and break shit. He's actually chewed a hole on the bottom of my desk chair. My noble chair. Chair cost me almost $500 and he chewed a hole in it. He's in big trouble. He's also clawed up here on the headrest a little bit. But that's what cats do. They claw. Haven't seen Deads in a hot minute. Hopefully he's okay. That being tomorrow's Thanksgiving, I hope we get a few people in tonight. Be nice. Probably a double cell door. That's nothing. Just an echo. Not anything even unusual tonight. Hopefully it's not one of those shows where we don't get any evidence tonight. I'm praying we at least get something. So, doors. Scroll out just a hair. Doesn't look like it, does it, guys? Scroll down. A lot of flatlining. I don't know if that's echo coming from the freeway or might be an EVP. Could be echo too. It's echo, freeway noise, or an EVP in that order. Uh, I'm giving maybe a 10% chance of an EVP here, if that. I think that's echo. actually echo coming off the freeway. Let's find out. Yeah, I'm almost positive this is not an EVP. Matter of fact, I'd put money on it. Yeah, that's Echo. Oh well. It's all shits and giggles. Tell somebody giggles and shits. What's up, Vexus? How you doing today, bud? Bringing some friends over. Awesome, man. Not a lot of evidence tonight, but thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Always appreciate it. definitely the downside of investigating. Listening to residual door sounds. Becomes very disheartening after a few hours. I say it's Sasquatch. Why do you think Sasquatch has never been found? He's hiding out in closed prisons. That way he has a roof over his head. Just saying, it's feasible. It's possible. Hey, this prison closed down in 2006. Let's go hide in there. I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, not a lot left here. That's where I'd go if I was Sasquatch. Tell you where I'd go if I was a Sasquatch. Your mama's house. No, I'm kidding. Or the nude beach, right? Makes you wonder if Sasquatch has got one of them human penis or he's got one of the dog ones that hides inside him. Thoughts to ponder through the ages. Sasquatch at a nude beach in the summer. It's getting hot inside this fur coat. Wait, they're not supposed to hide inside. Oh, man. Right? The fact you're thinking about that more is a scary thought. Seems possibly all we're going to have for the rest of this part of this recorder is going to be cell doors. That's all most of these recorders usually are. Till we find one that's busy. Yeah, that's all this one is going to be is cell doors. So let's get the next section loaded up. Let me see, close selected files. No, I don't want to save it. All right, let's get to section 3 of this recorder. Yes, there we go. Oh, taking a minute to load. Just be aware, guys, I have a hyperactive cat on my lap. He's going spastic over ink pens. All right. And we might get some activity on this one. Thank God, right? What are you doing, dude? let's just go ahead and get up to it, because I think that's the only place that's going to be any kind of evidence. Who knows anymore? We've gotten evidence in the strangest places on these recorders, and just right now it's bupkis. But we are analyzing a little bit different than last year, which I'm okay with. As much as we are jumping around between recorders, going from recorder A to B to D to F to I, a lot of times we'd end up getting recorders in the same area multiple nights in a row. The freak was that? Okay, let's clean this up. Because this is definitely strange. Okay. Could be wind. Could definitely be wind. I don't know. Okay, definitely not an EVP. Holy shit.
Forever
Chief.
and ever
Wow, Chief, thank you.
and ever.
Wow, thank you for the raid of 29. Bezos, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Incarnate Paranormal, everybody.
We are the ones who dwell within.
Chief, thank you for the follow. Guys, I pretty much analyzed evidence from all my investigations.
We are the ones who dwell within.
Moose, thank you. Again, I analyzed evidence from all my investigations. We're currently analyzing evidence from Nevada State Prison that I investigated September 7th, 8th, and 9th. We've got roughly 500 hours of audio to analyze from 3 nights. Welcome to it. If you have any questions regarding the paranormal, don't hesitate to speak up. Get involved in the chat. If you think you hear something on the evidence, speak up as well. We can go back and take a look at it again. We try not to stop for like wind, cell doors, footsteps. Unless it's voices, we try not to pay too much attention. Maximus, Nevada State Prison, outside or in Carson City, Nevada, was open 1862 to 2006. Roughly, what was it, 50 some executions, or actually I think it was 62 executions. We have recorders spread out throughout the entire prison. We had 24 digital recorders with us. No, 2,500. No, not near that many. Even 69 murders. There's a lot of murders in there, that's for sure. So let me see if I can find a picture of the prison for you guys, so you guys definitely get an idea of the layout. So bear with me just 1 second, please. Come back to it in a minute. So this is the kind of weird stuff we look for. If you've been here before, you've heard random like cell doors opening and closing, random footsteps, but this is a drawn out concoction of noise. Could it be wind? It really wasn't that windy on night one. Could be a slight breeze rattling some kind of a panel outside the window. Because it is so random, we can't honestly count this as evidence. It's unique. It's not worth saving, but it's something worth taking a note of for future investigations. You've been on a few investigations, Moose? Nice. Where? Real curious on that one. If you'd like to share. And as Vexus will tell you, he's been in here quite some time. In 3 investigations of the prison, we've caught over 1,400 EVPs. Let me introduce you to the mascot.
We are the ones who dwell within.
Maximus, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. This is the mascot of the show. Everybody, this is Jack. I rescued him from work. Bombay Black Cat. He's a pain in my ass. And beating the shit out of me right now. Yeah, he's a good boy. One of our local libraries here is haunted. The ghosts like to open the attic. Something I'd like to check out. Any place that, I even get claimed as haunted. Any kind of activity, I love checking it out. There's a lot of stuff around up in Michigan, Minnesota, up in those areas. A lot of old logging towns and shit like that I wouldn't mind getting into. We had a local place do an investigation. They had... And I tell people, if you want to get into the paranormal, find a local team. And just ask, say you're interested in it, see if you can tag along, do an investigation. The majority of teams will let you do it. And I've always said, if you're in here watching the show, if you ever want to know anything about the paranormal, please don't hesitate to ask. I will stop the audio and do whatever I can to help answer your question. A soda pop can getting kicked. Anything's possible. Like I said, there's nobody in the cell block. Like what I like, let me pause this audio for a second. What I do is I just go to random areas throughout the prison, different area each night unless it's a known active location. I'd get a recorder, hit record, say what night it is, say what where it's being left, and of course the team name, and I'll set it down and I'll leave it run pretty much for the entire investigation. So it's going to pick up any residual EVPs or any teams coming through the area and investigating. So if they end up getting evidence, I can hopefully match it to their evidence. Plus, it also looks good on the show. When we get EVP after EVP, especially from other teams, hey, we get to tell them, hey, we found something for you that their recorders probably didn't get. Then what I'll do is I'll carry a digital recorder with me as well as a GoPro. And I do have like 4 GoPros set out through the prison as well. So once we finish a certain amount of audio, I'll put on a video, and those videos are about 5 hours long. The majority of the videos, guys, though, I warn you, are static videos. So if you've watched any paranormal TV shows to where they're just sitting watching cameras in one location, facing a door for hours on end, we do the same thing here. Little girl talking, someone they're not sure who's talking, then a bunch of stuff moving. Spiritual activity as well as poltergeist activity. You know, I've watched stuff get moved. I've been thrown across rooms myself.
We are the ones who dwell within.
Crazy Cat, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. You know, I've been on over 900 investigations in 15 years. So do the math. That's a lot of investigations. Spirit of Nevada, TV show, a web show, I think it is, was there when I was there over September. I am on one of their episodes, so I wish I had the link for you. It hasn't aired yet. Mercs, yeah, old man raid. I feel like an old man, but yeah, let's not go there. I've been approached by different TV shows and I won't do it. A lot of TV shows, it's for entertainment only. Please remember that, guys. TV shows are for entertainment, then investigating. I'm not saying they're fake, because a lot of the evidence they've gotten on these shows, I've gotten the same evidence in these locations as they've gotten, which means it's a residual EVP. It's like a tape player playing over and over again, but it kind of confirms what these TV shows do. Yeah, they're real in essence, but we don't go bumbling around in the dark. Maximus, you ain't bullshitting on that one. I was thrown across my own bedroom. Let me reiterate that again. I was thrown out of my bed, across my room, to the foot of the stairs going downstairs. I had just gotten home from investigating Goldfield, Nevada. Multiple locations that night, and I was thrown across my bedroom. I ain't gonna lie, scared the shit out of me. But you can't show fear with it. Got up, you hit like a bitch and went back to bed. Woke up and it was gone. So it's like you can't let the paranormal scare you. Moose, I have haunted objects in my home. I have 4 haunted dolls and a haunted Ouija in my room, in my studio. Yep, I'd move. You want about 95% of the public. It'd be like one of those Wile E. Coyote cartoons with just your figure through the wall. I'm just leaving all my stuff behind, just like they did at Amityville. They left all the food in the fridge, they left their clothes, they left everything, and just left. You have a ghost in your house, smell the cigarette smoke from him. Yes. I refer to that as residual energy. A ghost of your cat. Spirits of pets. I've investigated pet cemeteries before. So, residual energy. Best way to describe this, she just said cigarette smoke. Somebody gets up every day for work, goes downstairs, cooks breakfast, has a cigarette, goes back upstairs to shit, shower, and shave, then comes back downstairs and leaves for the day. That person does that the same way every day for 30 years. When they die or move out of that house, that has been repetitive so many times, that energy from that repetition has been embedded into the environment, and it probably will never dissipate. So the next family that moves in, hey, we're hearing footsteps. We're hearing pots and pans rattle. We're smelling cigarettes. And that's the reason the person who lived there before him did that repetitive energy every day for 30 years. So it's not necessarily a haunting. It's not an intelligent haunting. It's a residual haunting. And those are fun. We watch ghosts pass by the hall windows at the same time every day. Residual energy. I can go ahead and tell you now, 100% residual. There's no intelligence to it whatsoever. Now, when I say that, with residual energy, you can go in and investigate. Hey, my name is Brent. Could you tell me your name, please? Coffee. okay, that makes no sense. And that could be referring to them making coffee every morning. And everybody, most of the people in here, you're not human until you have your first cup of coffee in the morning. So that shows the residual energy. Now, I will tell you, the spirits at Nevada State Prison are about as intelligent as you're ever going to find. They remember you, and they ask for you by name if you're not there. Try sleeping after you get told that one. And as you can see, if you're watching the graph down here, there's no spikes in the energy field, which means chances of catching something aren't very good. But yeah, I mean, and hold on, was that a locked door? Yep. Was like 3 lines ago. Yeah, it's hold on, let me go back. Right there. That's residual cell door shutting. This is not evidence. Well, technically you can call it evidence because it's residual energy. If we counted every cell door shutting that we've got on this show, we'd have over 10,000 pieces of evidence. On the last recorder, we counted like 45 inside like 2 or 3 minutes. It was just constant. It was sick. My daughter likes to talk to the ghost in the house. She's home from college. Kat, please be careful with that. And please tell her. It could like I said, it could very well be residual energy. However, spirits, this is all in theory. Remember this. There's no laws or rules in the paranormal. It's all best guess. And theories are that even if you are talking to a residual energy, there could be a spirit in the vicinity that comes in and responds to your questions. And it'll act like that residual energy for a while until it gets your trust. Then your daughter's like, oh, it's just a friendly ghost, no big deal. Pretty much just gave it permission to set up shop. Gave it permission to stay. Everything's going to go good for a little while. Then if it happens to be an angry spirit, then it flips. Then the fun starts. People get scratched, woken up, things disappearing, and or just moved in the house. Then you end up calling a paranormal team to find out what's going on. Don't acknowledge it unless you can deal with the consequences. I've had several residential cases where that was the case. Be careful talking to the spirit. Okay, that's good. And for anybody else out there who's not sure about the paranormal, if you think you got a ghost in your house or a spirit, if it's not bothering you in a negative manner, just leave it be. Don't acknowledge it. Because the more you acknowledge it, the more it's going to happen. Remember, you are in life as you are in death. So if you're a nice person in life, you're going to have a good afterlife. If you're a jerk, you're going to have a rough afterlife and you're going to treat everybody the same in death. If you're trapped here as a spirit, you're going to be a jerk as well. So, it's a crapshoot. She does lots of readings. Mostly to come visit her. Okay. If she is really interested in the paranormal, Cat, if you scroll down on my profile, there is a huge list of books that I've read on the paranormal, on parapsychology, on a whole bunch of psychological studies. So if she's interested in reading, there's a great list down on my profile. And anybody else who's interested in reading any of the evidence that I've got in Nevada State Prison, if you would like to join the Discord, click the Discord link there in the profile. You can join Discord and talk with all of us. Or you can scroll down to documents. If you go into documents, I've typed out all the evidence we've gotten from Nevada State Prison. And I just started doing that with the investigations is at NSP. When we get other investigations, I'll type them out as well and add them for you guys. That way, if you don't want to sit and listen through the evidence like we are now, you can just go read it. There's not a lot on my IG. There's a picture of my haunted dolls on there and some random shit. Nothing major. It's so tough for me to keep up with social media on the paranormal. Between work and investigations, I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, you can see even if we zoom out. Yeah, it's another door. So it's just a distant residual cell door. But yeah, you're right. Another noise. And it's nothing against you guys, so please don't take offense. When it comes to those residual cell doors, I kind of... How does reincarnation... when it comes to the paranormal reincarnation, I honestly don't have a honest answer for you, but my personal beliefs, it's like, depend on your religion. When you die, you have so many days to pass into the light or you're trapped here. Do spirits know they're dead? A lot do, a lot don't. Are you allowed to choose your next parents? Yes, no, I don't know. I don't know if there's any spiritual laws to where if you're trapped here as a spirit, there's things you can't say. Like, yes, there's life after death. Like in my years of studies, yes, there's life after death. This is not all there is. All we are is energy trapped in a meat skeleton. When we die, our energy passes on to something else. Our energy moves on to a different plane, to the next life, whatever it may be. When it comes to the paranormal, I don't know if reincarnation, I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. I think they intertwine somehow, but I honestly don't know. I've had spirits say they're scared of passing into the light because they don't want to be judged. Now, if that ties to reincarnation, I don't know. If they're scared to go into the light because they don't know if they're going to be sent to heaven or hell. You're in Nevada State Prison where 60 plus people were executed. Are they scared of going to hell? So they're going to remain there in the prison, trapped, because they don't know what the next life brings? That could tie into reincarnation. They don't know what the next life's going to bring, so they're going to stay there where they're safe. And it makes sense. You don't want to be judged. You don't want God to judge you for your crimes. You gave your life for your crime, as judged on by your peers, but you don't want the ultimate judgment to have you live a lesser life or what. I don't know. It's something that I could probably ramble about, which I am. But we'll get back to the audio. I think it minutely intertwines. I guess it all depends on your beliefs. Yeah, also be aware, guys, when I do schedule my investigations for like Nevada State Prison. I added your Discord and subs to your YouTube. Thank you very much, Moose. Yeah, guys, I have YouTube as well. All my shows, after broadcasting on Twitch, upload to YouTube. So I keep them because we all know Twitch only keeps videos for like 30 days before they cycle them out. And I've got over 500 up there. Maximus? Very possible. Dreams will point to that, and just weird recollections that make no sense. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh no, it's like, you've never done this. Well, not in this life you haven't. I've done past life readings. They're fun. They're also very, very scary, because you might jump into something you don't know how to handle. Pilot does things in an aircraft that wasn't possible without training that he does not have. Send a follow on TikTok. Thank you, Moose. I post on TikTok when we get some unbelievable evidence. If we get something, I clip it and upload it there. Beyond that, I don't touch TikTok a lot. Not as much as I should. But yeah, Maximus, if anybody out there believes in past life experiences or past lives, previous lives, this is one that I'm sure you've heard. If you've got birthmarks anywhere on your body, birthmarks symbolize an injury from a previous life. That, like I said, the theory is birthmarks on your body signify a past life injury. I've got a few birthmarks on my body. And I did a past life reading when I first started into the paranormal. We did the candles. I had a psychic there, ask questions. You pick a base candle, and it will react. If something is there, the candle will react based on your questions. The flame will wave, it'll lift, it'll lower. I started asking questions, and the flames were getting, 2-3 inches high. And I stumbled across, was I a soldier or a warrior in a previous life? Flame goes up. All right, this is cool. And all of a sudden it's like, was it in Japan? Flame goes up. It's like, okay. I've got birthmarks all over my body. Were those injuries I sustained in battle? Candles went up. It's like, okay, this is getting weird. And these things were just coming to me. These are things that you wouldn't think to ask under normal circumstances. I felt like I was being fed questions. And I was like, was my name Nagura Takada in a previous life? Every one of the candles, all 5 candles raised. And it was like, yeah, I think I'm done here. So I did a search online on Takeda. It ended up being Takeda, not Takada, and that goes back to like 400 AD or 1400 or 400 AD. And it was like, that is the trippiest shit I've ever experienced in my life. So, I mean, yeah, that all ties into the paranormal. We do past life. We do, a lot of that into that field. We also keep mediums. We keep psychics on the team just because of that. Because people might feel they've been there before or they died before in that location. Nevada State Prison, I've talked to a couple people. They think they died there before. Goldfield Hotel, Goldfield, Nevada. I've had people say they died there in a past life. So, like your dad there, Moose. Or no, Maximus, sorry. Like your dad, they can say things that only historians of the location would know. Or certain facts about the town's history. So that is I think a subconscious connection to the town. or a past life regression to the location, which very well ties into the paranormal. Because that person, if they lived a previous life in that location, can probably communicate with the spirits easier than I could. Because the spirits have that connection with them. Might even remember them. Might even be able to say their past life name. So keep that in mind if you investigate. If somebody has a connection to it, take them with you. See what happens. You'd be shocked what you'll get. But yeah, we're pretty flatlined here. The downside with Nevada State Prison, it sits right by the freeway. I mean, we're talking, 200 yards, 300 yards away from the highway, so we have to deal with a lot of traffic at certain times during the investigation. And if you come back enough, you'll understand what I mean. It's like rush hour. And we will continue to hear it. All right. That's Nevada State Prison. Just to give you guys an idea. The building on the bottom, all the way to all the buildings up top. It's over 1 million square feet, Moose, altogether. It's over 1 million square feet total. And we had access to everything but 2 buildings. The gymnasium and the physical execution chamber. So yeah, it's a big location. The buildings up top, extraordinarily haunted. My second investigation there, I was actually chased out of one of the buildings by a shadow. Chased me out of the building. The chamber, I'm good friends with the docents who take care of the prison, and they tell me, Brent, you get more evidence in last night's cells and surrounding. In the chamber, there's really not a lot of evidence in there. Destination Fear did it before they became Project Fear. Kalani Ghost Hunter did it. If you guys are familiar with him on Twitch, he's a great ghost hunter, does a lot of live streaming from locations. Kalani actually got some evidence in there. And I forgot, one of the other TV shows got the Osbournes. They got a lot of evidence in execution as well. But I'll go ahead and say this now. I have more access to the prison than they do. They got to go into the execution chamber, but I got to go everywhere else. They don't let the TV shows up top. And there's reasons behind it. There's other areas in the prison they won't let people in because it's not stable. Like I said, I've been into everything but 2. And I'll be honest, they're really not that haunted. They're creepy as shit. But the pods up top, they're haunted. The pump house, the generator room, the chapel, the original culinary, the mattress factory, license plate factory, they're not that haunted. The culinary, which is the kitchen, cafeteria, you better have your head screwed on tight to go in there. It's one of the roughest places in the prison to investigate. See if I can bring up some pictures for you guys real quick. give you guys an idea of the inside. While we're waiting for audio, we may as well look at some pictures. That way I'll give you guys something to look at other than this graph. Because believe me, I understand it gets boring. Believe me, I understand. Why are you freezing now? There we go. All right. So you can see how cramped this place is. The cells are tiny. This is actually funny enough. The prison has Native American ceremonial areas. It has a Wiccan ceremonial area, which is what this picture is. Who would think a state prison would have a Wiccan ceremonial area? Original courthouse. So you can see how it gets dark fast. The kitchen. Culinary. There were like 3 known murders in the culinary that I know about. Also, this is a lot of fun to investigate in the dark by yourself. It gets creepy. It gets real creepy real fast. This is one of last night's cells. It's pretty much where you spend the last few hours of your life. I've laid down in that bed for an hour and asked questions. And you talk about scary. Look how tiny that is. Imagine spending the last few hours of your life inside this room. That's up in the original, that's in the mattress factory. See how much dust is up there. There's dust, there's mold, there's dead pigeons. So they don't want people up there because of respiratory problems. And like I said, it's tough to be up there. Door for the original cafeteria where they brought food up. You want a streamer's Discord that's showing pics of video and that place was in. That's an image in the window. Yeah, some of those I don't know. I've seen paranormal streams where they've showed images in windows, and unless you have a before and after picture, it's so hard to tell. And I tell people, if you're going to investigate and take pictures, what you want to do is take like 6 pictures in a row. Make sure your hand is straight, and just make sure you're not going to get motion blur on your camera, and just fire off or just hold down the button if you have that setting to where it just rapid fires pictures. And if there's anything paranormal in there, it can confirm it before, after. You're not just getting one picture saying, hey, it's paranormal. Because too many people do that, and you get a lot of false positives. You get a lot of false positives. We'll leave it at that. Let me see if I can find some more pictures for you guys. I can just go through these real quick. There's not a lot. This is one of the graveyards at Nevada State Prison. So you can see, you really can't make out the years. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. This one, July 1880. No, Kat. They closed the prison in 2006. They opened Warm Springs Prison next door, which they closed 2 years ago to renovate. So there's two prisons literally sitting right next door to each other. Stones that have been there so long they've just weathered away. Died 1875. Was in prison 13 years. Maybe. Up to. And a lot of these, they have no records on these people. And a lot of them, their families just never claimed the body. So unfortunately, they just buried them on prison grounds. This is a picture of Warm Springs Hotel. This is the hotel that they tore down to make Nevada State Prison. 1862. That's the eagle that sat on top of the hotel. Pre-1860. And again, back to more of the prison, of course. More of the culinary, which we just showed you. Control room for the prison. This shows you how old this actually is. How antiquated the prison actually is. You don't see control rooms like this anymore. Okay. Neil Pitney overdosed of heroin, 1986. This guy was a real piece of garbage. Oh, hold on. That's the cell he died in. Neil Pitney killed his mother and supposedly pulled a Norman Bates. From what I've been told by the guards that actually worked the prison when he was there, when he killed his mother, he chopped her head off and did some bad things to her body for a while. You guys use your imagination. I'll just go ahead and tell you, you're right. So his spirit is still in that prison. And he will communicate. The first couple years there, I provoked him. And I tell everybody, don't provoke when you're investigating. Yours truly. Back to the original cell house. Might be some pictures in here that, hold on, let me see where we're at. Yep, I can't show some of these pictures. Bear with me a second, guys. I got to go past like 4 pictures. Otherwise, I'll lose my account. There's a lot of people that drew on their cell walls. A lot of it involves nudity, so I can't show you these. As much as I'd like to, I can't show you these pictures. Okay, let's get past it. There we go. So again, you can see how they had a urinal out in the prison yard. Go figure, right? You know what I'm talking about. Yep. They had a barber in the prison. I've sat in that barber chair and investigated. License plate factory. And ye old execution chamber. This is the third execution area, the third and final execution area of the prison. They had a previous gas chamber, or actually it'd be the fourth. They had another gas chamber down on the first floor. Then before that, they had another gas chamber out in the prison yard. Then before that, they had the gallows. So you see how small this room is. That's where they did lethal injection and the gas chamber. You can see on top of the chamber, there's the valves to release the poisonous gas. Tell me that is not creepy just looking at it. And you can see my gear on the table, or some of it. We have gotten a lot of evidence out of this room. Hold on. Have you ever checked out? Not yet. Alcatraz is expensive. You have to pay for a charter to go out there. You have to pay for a guard to be out there. It's just so flippin' expensive. It's not even really worth it. Let me see if I can find this for you guys real quick. Nevada State Prison 3 evidence. Yeah, it's hard to do. You want to do it, but all right, what I'm going to do for you guys, since we're not getting evidence, I want to play some evidence we've got so you guys can hear it. So bear with me a second, guys. I'm going to load some evidence up so we can hear. Because I don't want you guys just listening to white noise the whole time. Because like I said, guys, it gets trying. Even 15 years in the field, it bothers me sometimes. Let's close all. No, I don't want to save it. All right. Get some loaded up for you guys. All right. I was here a year ago, and somebody made me very sick in the last night's cells.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that.
pretty self-explanatory.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, special thanks out to for the raid. I mean, I love seeing this many people. This is what I want. I saw that Moose, yes. Do you like the fact that Susan and everybody are keeping this prison up so people can communicate with you? Do you like the fact that No, Nick, no puns. So this, for me, is a very substantial EVP. Being that you've got like 5 docents of the prison, and they go in there for free. They take paranormal tours in. They go in with mops and brooms and cleaning materials, and they help keep the prison up and maintained so we can go in and investigate. So any team can go in and investigate or do the paranormal tours. So when I ask, how do you feel about them keeping up the prison? I thought I heard it, but it's so hard to hear EVPs. There is one on this list where I actually heard it, and we'll find that one. Actually, I think it's the next EVP. Could you touch that device and make it blink for as many of you that are in here with us right now, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, how many ever? Just please let us know how many of you there are. So, everybody can hear this, right? TM, yes. But you've heard this one before. Everybody else hasn't. So you can hear. How many of you are you here with us? 7. Okay, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. How many of you are here with us? 7. Remember that. Here's the rest of the EVP. Did you hear that? If that wasn't the other team, I heard 7. Could you touch that device? If that wasn't the other team, I heard 7. So, I hope that answers your question there, Moose. Have I ever heard the EVP at the time? I heard that one. Right then and there. You hear me say it. If that wasn't the other team, it's 7. You don't think the hair on my neck wasn't standing up on that one? I'm like going, I just heard that with my own ears. I don't need a recorder. But the recorder pretty much guarantees you getting that evidence. If you're hearing it with your own ears, there's a 99% chance that recorder is going to get it. But there are times when I've heard the EVP with my own ears and the recorder didn't catch it. And we've reviewed that on this show to where, hey, I just heard them answer. Recorder's blank. So yeah, I've heard answers before. It's very, very rare that you'll hear a spirit answer you. Yeah, the recorder caught it just for this. You asked that question at exactly the right time. So, thank you for that. You don't belong in here? Just a simple one-word response. Yeah, got an accent? Yeah, you're right. You got to remember, this prison opened in 1862, so you still got migrants coming over from other countries. There's a lot. There was a Chinaman executed at Nevada State Prison, Guy John, the first to ever die by gas chamber. So, yeah, I mean, I think I actually have a picture of the original gas chamber too. Uh, do I? Nevada State Prison in 1908. That was there. NSP early. Do I? No, I don't. I don't think I have a picture of the. Oh shit! Hold on, guys. I don't know why it did that. Bear with me. I'm sorry. It just shut me down. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me a second. I don't believe I just did that. Where is it? There we go. Bear with me for a minute, guys, please. All right, we're back. Brain fart moment. I have one every show. Okay. And when a pun is involved. Hey, I have at least one moment every show. We're all entitled to it. I just shouldn't be doing it like on that one. So we can go in and clean this up a little bit if we need to. Are you here with us? Yes, I am. So, okay, it wants to do it that way, we'll do it that way. So another one. Nobody in here. Nobody in here. And if you don't hear me talking before the EVP, that's a recorder that was just left static randomly in the prison. So nobody in here. You didn't hear me talking before or after. So this is basically just a recorder. Like I said at the beginning, when you guys came in, I turn it on and I just leave it run all night. And this is stuff we can possibly pick up. Kind of an insult.
Say something, Joe. Say something, Joe. Say something, Joe.
Say something, chump.
Say something, Joe. Say something, Joe. Say something, Joe. Say something, Joe.
There's nothing like being insulted by a spirit. If you look on the bottom right of the screen where it says get insulted, I have been insulted by spirits 117 times on this show. In 504 shows, 505 shows, I've been insulted 117 times on an EVP. I've had as far as FUs, asshole, jerk, chump. Yeah, I've been insulted more times than I care to count. And it got to the point where we had to start counting them. 2,809 EVPs on top of 117 insults. So yeah. Moose, they're not necessarily mean. Like I said, you're in a prison, so you got a lot of people with a lot of negativity. They're not necessarily bad people. I've sat and had conversations with spirits in the execution chamber. Yeah, they're there for murder. They did some horrible things to people. Just because they're a murderer doesn't mean they're a bad person at heart. It's like I tell people, you go investigate, don't focus on the negative. Talk to them like they're people. You will get evidence like you won't believe. Don't even talk to them like they're convicted murderers. Don't talk to them like they're in a prison. Talk to them like I'm talking to you guys. Make jokes. It's like you'll be surprised. And that's why I've made such a rapport with the spirits there, to where they literally, excuse me, ears itching bad, where they literally ask for me. One of the docents of the prison was taking a tour through. She had the spirit box on. She was up in execution, and "Where's Brent?" came through the spirit box. She had to stop the tour and explain to them who I was. She said it scared her the first time it happened. Go shut the door. Go shut the door. What do you think you are, my father? Go shut the door. You're not air conditioning the town. Are you going to pay the power bill? Go shut the door. You're in my cell. Go shut the door. Some of these you just got to laugh at because this is their area. Welcome back. That should show you intelligence right there. So if you want to clean this up a little bit, what we'll do... Don't tell me what to do. You shut the door. Yeah, exactly, Moose. Hey, I'm not shutting the door. If you're here, it's your cell. You go shut it. By the way, you're on camera. Just to watch a ghost shut the door. Give me a minute there, TM. We're going to clean this up a little bit just because it is a tough one to hear. But I am going to slow it down for you guys because it is rather quick EVP. So we go into time and pitch, stretch and pitch. All right. Let's take it down just a notch first. Still too fast. Still too fast. Wow. Slow it down. Ah, shit. Too slow. You can hear it say welcome back. Okay, Nick. And here's the problem: the more you clean it up, the more you can destroy the file. So that's why I'm not going to save it. And like, I guarantee you that this EVP was a little far away from the recorder. So you get kind of that muffled, kind of a muffled echo. And like I said, it's the further away the EVP is, the more you amplify it and the more you clean it up, the more warbled and the more digitized it gets to make it sound like a computer voice and not an EVP. Kat, thank you so much for being here and thank you so much for the follow. I look forward to seeing you again. If you have any questions about the paranormal, write them down, even if your daughter does, and I'll answer them the best as I can for you. We're with you. Could be you missed it. So when I tell people there's three types of EVPs: Class A, Class B, and Class C. Class C is kind of like what we're hearing in the past couple. It's really garbled. You know it says something, but you can't totally make it out. So you kind of go by best guess. Class B, a little bit clearer, maybe a little bit garbled, but you definitely know what it says. It's just not up to the standard that you want to get. Class A is like hearing me. It's maybe a little low, a touch garbled, a touch accent, little distant, but it's indistinguishable. You could find it, and it's C is unexplained. I generally don't save Class C anymore. For the prison, I do, because when Susan reads it, she knows pretty much where it's at in the prison. I don't have to label it. If I pretty much give her an idea of a big EVP, she knows exactly where it's at, and she could probably explain it better than I can. So. I'm not going to even explain this one. I don't think I need to. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, this is a Class B, Class C, both together. This was taken in the kitchen. Or no, this was in culinary. We think it said, "Shut the fuck up, bitch, and clean," meaning telling us to clean up culinary. When we analyzed this last year, I think we spent close to an hour trying to clean this up, because it was so tough to clean up. It was bad, and this was as clean as we could get it. Because there's the bitch part right there. So again, like I said, that's when you kind of get into the Class C and you kind of just brush it off. And I know TM will even admit to it. We've gotten away from Class C EVPs quite a bit. We've started just getting away from it. So
While we're doing this, we're helping get EVPs. 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 While we're doing this, we're helping get EVPs.
yeah, Nick, you understand.
While we're doing this, we're helping get EVPs. 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 While we're doing this, we're helping get EVPs.
So yeah, you guys get the gist of Nevada State Prison. The EVPs we can catch. Part of it was me, but this is the one where I was talking and I was just cut off. There's several EVPs we've gotten in the prison. When I'm talking, then you can hear me in the background, but I go garbled, but there's complete silence. You can hear what sounds like something standing in front of me, or I have a towel over my mouth. You can hear me, but you can't hear what I'm saying. I get completely just blacked out by whatever spirits are there. Because I'll use this Coke can as an idea, or the RC can. I hold a recorder like this when I'm doing an EVP session. So my mouth is facing the microphone, and you got all angles exposed for the mic. So I don't have a chance of any outside force changing or distorting what I'm saying. So when I'm talking, then it goes like that. It just cuts me off. That tells me something moved in between me and the microphone to where it can't hear me or pick up my voice. And it's a weird feeling when you go back and analyze. It's like, I was talking, where'd I go? Then it just picks right back up. It's like, wait a minute. It's just, wait a minute. See if this is one. So Class C shouldn't have even been counted.
He's a fish that's lighting in the sky. He's a fish that's lighting in the sky. He's a fish that's lighting in the sky. He's a fish that's lighting in the sky.
This was taken up in Neil Pitney's cell. Holy shit, did a ghost just go in front of you? Nick, I think that all the time when I hear that. It's like, we've had several EVPs throughout the 4 investigations, or what the 3 we're analyzing 4 now, to where my voice just disappears. It gets garbled out, and you can hear my voice stage out. It kind of goes like down like this, just kind of backs off, then all of a sudden picks back up. Like I got laryngitis for a second in the recorder. Now either that's a null in the a hole in the recorder to where it just dropped off for a split second, or this is actually evidence to where something interfered with me. My first investigation of the prison, my voice actually changed into somebody else's for about 3 seconds, then changed back to normal. Did something try to take me over for a few seconds? Entirely possible. But those are the risks you take investigating, and you never know what you're going to get. And I'll say this is probably going to be the last thing that I'm going to call the show for the night. The first investigation there, we did the Native American ceremonial area. I had a recorder in my hand. We're out there. It's outside. It was a little windy, not to distort the recorder. And we got a word on the recorder that would have caught me a Twitch ban. A racial word that would have thrown me a Twitch ban. And you saw me, like, when we're analyzing it, I immediately hit pause, threw out a disclaimer to Twitch. Twitch, I am a paranormal investigator. This is coming from a digital recorder on the investigation. I have no control that spirits say these words. So I'm sorry if anybody got offended, but this is the way paranormal investigations go. I turned went back to analyzing, and about 20 seconds later, we got the same word again. Mute. Sorry, guys. I can't control what these spirits are saying, but Twitch, these are the risks you take on paranormal investigations. You get threats, you get racist words, you get questionable content. And that's why I have an adult disclaimer on this show. It's just in case something like this actually happens. Because it does more than people realize. And that's why I say paranormal investigating is not for the faint of heart. If you're easily offended, don't go investigating, because the spirits are going to pick up on that and they're going to have fun with you. But anyways, guys, I truly, truly thank you guys for being here for that raid. I mean, good God, that made my night. That made my freaking night. I don't know what to say. Chief and Moose, Maximus, Vexus, Kat, Nick, TM, everybody else, thank you so much for sticking it out. I know paranormal, like I said, can get a little boring at times. It does. Even I say that. And people always ask me, like, I have friends, hey, what kind of gun you used to go ghost hunting? Really? It's like, but anyways, guys, I try to do shows Monday through Friday, 6:30 to about 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. I'm here in Las Vegas. So please, guys, come back. If you have any questions regarding the paranormal, I will stop the audio, answer all your questions the best I can. We'll get back to analyzing. Join in the chat. Please join Discord. And for those that haven't, please don't hesitate to hit that follow button. You can turn off notifications. But please come back, join in the fun, and hopefully on the next show we can get you some EVPs for this year. Not previous investigations that I'm showing highlights. But anyways, guys, good night. God bless, and I'll see y'all later. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see y'all soon.